Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. How is everyone today? So good, I hope. So good. Hi, Lita. How are you this morning? I am so excited to be here and to introduce you to my newest art printable friend. I'm so excited about that. Good morning, Lita. I'm so happy you're here. We have so many fun things to talk about and play with and all of it today. If you are brand new here, if you would like, follow, subscribe, and share and comment, I would greatly appreciate that on the following social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Remember, all of my videos you can watch live here, and then I put them right over onto my YouTube channel, which is Corbiere-Scott. So everything is over there. You can watch all kinds of things there. If you would ask to join our private Facebook group, Stitch Along with Anne, and then Anne Corbiere-Scott Design Facebook group, I would greatly appreciate that. So let's get painty. Okay, so here is our brand new art printable. I have two this month. We have Flower Emporium, which are 2 sprays of flowers and then little foddery doodads. You know I love, hey Tess, I love all the doodads that you can build a creative cluster with. And then I did a matching alphabet, and the alphabet matches this art printable. The flowers here are the same flowers here, but these flowers will go with anything. They will go with any of our other art printables, because you know I'm all about the flowers anyway. And then this is full of some hand lettered sentiments that will coincide with the alphabet. And I typed a whole bunch of other, what do I want to say? Just some words that just really spoke to me. Anyway, so the possibilities with these 2 pieces, I think, are endless. So I painted these the other day with Tessa and Lauren, and it's so funny. All 3 of us had the same artwork and 3 totally different takes. totally different. So I have my big palette out. That's what I used the other day. So I'm going to, because I want to do some letters, and I wanted to paint these bits and bobs to go with these, so then I can build something more with this. So I'm going to wet everything down with my little squeeze bottle to just start the activation process. And while I'm waiting for that to, oh, thank you, Lita. Everything is available on my website, Corbiere-Scott-Designs.com. Tessa, could you put a link to Flower Emporium and Flower Emporium alphabet, please? So I wanted to talk to you about a couple of different things while we're waiting for this paint to activate. Okay, So the first thing I wanted to talk to you about is I was at, so do you remember last week I created a page that I had seen Lauren do something similar, and we printed on a jelly print, and then we filled in and this was with Desert in Bloom, and then we filled in the flowers with Posca pens. So there we go, you guys. Tessa just put up the links. So the first one is for Flower Emporium. The second one is for Flower Emporium Alphabet. Okay, so here's the second take. The second take is that I cut down a piece of pattern paper and I printed Desert in Bloom on the pattern paper, and then I came in with my Poscas and started to fill in. Well, my Poscas, because I saw Lauren do this, and then that's how we grow as artists, right? We see somebody else and we're like, oh, I want to do my take on that. So I try really hard, I've said this a million times, to learn it the way that someone is showing you, and then to do your own take secondly. Learn their way first. I'm telling you, you will benefit from doing that. That is for dang sure. So here is the first one. Remember, we did, I printed Desert in Bloom on a jelly print, and then I went over with my Posca pens in colors. I still want to grow this more, just not sure exactly how I want to do that. So I'm letting that percolate in my noggin. This one, I started to work with my Poscas, and my white Poscas, well, they lived a long, hardy life, but then they kind of died. And so I went to Blick to get some new Posca pens. And so I did. I got a couple of different sizes, right? So I'm getting ready to pay, and the guy that's waiting on me, who's a new employee, says, hey, have you ever tried Molotov? And I said, yes, I have. I have quite a few of those. And he said, they're refillable. Posca is not. I said, really? And so he said, and they have on the side, you can see when your paint goes down, right? Brilliant. And here's the refill. Shut it. So when you're done with this pen, put some gloves on, obviously. You pull out the nib, and then you just squeeze the paint into the chamber, and then replace the nib, put the nib back in place, and then you go on to paint another day. How stinking brilliant is that? You guys, I was over the moon. I'm telling you. So I will be playing with this. So let's see how this works, and let's see how once I use all of this up, I mean, that's going to take a while, right? But then I will refill it with this refiller. Right? Brilliant. What's another thing I wanted to talk to you about? Oh. So do you remember when I won the Beam drawing for their 100,000 followers? One of the things I received was this paint stone holder. So I just ordered. Beam has 4 new colors, and they're just stinking gorgeous. So I want to paint with them maybe today, but for sure on Thursday. Remember, I'll be coming to you from Oceanside, California. I'll be coming to you from my mother-in-law's house. So, anyway, just so you know. Okay, so here are the new colors. Red Clover. Look at this. It's a shimmer. Hummingbird. Honest to Pete. Look at those colors. Wild Grape. And Rose Hip. Those are the 4 new colors I just got. Look at them. They're so pretty. Okay. So I'm going to pull this back up. Oh, really, Valerie? All right. I'll be sure to check it out. So I'm using my Beam number 4 brush today. And I know that I want all of these pieces to kind of coordinate with these pieces. And so I'm going to work with that water into that pan of paint. Okay. I really I did a heart. Maybe let's do here. I know myself. I'm in kind of a hemming and hawing mood this morning, so I just need to force myself to just put paint down. I am not going to be in the LA area this time. We are going over for family this time, and so Jeff has an auntie who's flying in from New York, and so that's what we're going to be doing this time. So I wanted to talk about a couple of things. So you know, Index Card a Day has started, and I haven't started mine yet just because I've had kind of a crazy couple of days, but I will. Remember, you don't have to do every single thing. You can do just what you're kind of feeling, you know? And I often do, so I don't always follow the prompts. Sometimes I just do index cards that, some little art, something that I've been kind of just feeling, you know? Like I have some ideas of some stuff I want to play with that I've had forever, and I've never let myself just play with it, and so I'm going to do that on some index cards. But I also, as I create these index cards, I always consider that I could make them into postcards, right? So if you are a person who creates lots and lots of artwork, sometimes you might want to, like, there's the joy in creating it, but then there's also the joy in giving it away, right? So I find the practice of postcarding does that for me. I can create it. I always make sure I take individual pictures of every thing I create. I learned that lesson a while ago. And then I can send it on its way, and it goes, you know, it goes out into the world, and I love that. I love that. Get some orange going here. You know what? I'm thinking, what if we do yellow in the center and then we do orange around the edges? Feeling like that might be super cute. So I'm just going to put drops, because I have lots of paint on my brush. So I'm just going to drop, drop, drop. And then I can come back around and move that color around without fear of it bleeding into other things. You know, your brush can hold more paint than you think. So one of the things that I've been wanting to play with, one of the techniques and supply, look, so I have techniques I want to play with, and what better way than an index card, because it's like, it's a small format, right? And it's I can do many different ways of playing with a medium. So a long time ago, my friend Keely, we're always sending funky stuff back and forth to each other through the mail, because, you know, who doesn't love happy art mail? And oftentimes, you know, you can't use the whole thing of whatever it is that you're buying. So we share it, right? So I happened to get this, and Keely's going to die when she sees this package. I'm not kidding. It's in the same Ziploc bag. She sent it to me, years ago. Years ago, Keely sent me a Ziploc bag, and inside of that Ziploc bag were all of these napkins from Jane Davenport. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Do you know how long ago these were at Michael's? Way too long. It's embarrassing. But I'm going to show you what they are. So there's this one with the faces. There's this one with the paint palettes. Shut up. There's this one with paint swatches. There's this one with these splotches of blues and greens. There's this little, look at all these little bits and bobs, right? Here's some painty stripes. Here's the splotches, but in pinks and purples. So pretty. Here's the splotches, like more, this has some faces and some sentiments, right? And then just some swatches of color. And then there are these big faces, right? So I have been, I don't know why I've hoarded these and kept them for, I don't know. But this morning I got myself out a bunch of index cards, right? And I told myself that I was going to at least start to play with these gorgeous artsy napkins. So my plan is to use some matte medium and just coat each one of these cards with some napkin, right? Like this one, I was like, shut up. Look at how cute that is, right? I love that. And then down here, who knows what I could do, right? But I love that it's on a grid index card. So then I have that little bit peeking through. I love that. You know, I love that. Anyway, so that's my plan for after class today, or maybe during class. I don't know, whatever hits me. So I told you the Posca pen story. Oh, and then earlier this week, I saw Wendy, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but Saldanic, I think. Anyway, she's Willa Wanders on Instagram. And she was using these pens. And they are gold and silver paint pens. They are chickadee up. Let's see if I have a piece of And it's a pretty fine tip. So just like a pasta, you're going to shake it up and then stop it. Look at that. So there's the silver, and it's smooth, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Let's shake it up. And they are by Pilot. There's the gold. Look at how pretty. And so they are by Pilot, and they are gold and silver paint marker, extra fine. So anyway, if you're so interested. Let's see. You know what? I wonder. This one. What if I do just a little silver right there, right there, right there, right there, right there, right there. Look at that. That's awfully pretty, isn't it? Oh, I'm loving that. Okay, I did some orange here. These pieces, I feel like, well, let's do the postage stamp first. I did some shades of blue, so let's kind of play with that idea. This poor lid, I've been using it as a palette forever and a day. And it is, I just keep adding to it instead of cleaning it off. Look at it. Colors, 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 colors. Okay, let's do blue. So there will be no stitch along tomorrow. I didn't put it, I put it, there's no marcation for it on the calendar this month, but I wanted to make sure that I mentioned it today so that people are aware. But there will be a pop and paint party on Thursday. Remember, Jeff and when we're over there, Jeff and I have to share our office. And so I will be here Thursday. Well, I will be over there, but here. You know what I mean? Okay. Maybe I shouldn't have done that blue because I already did blue here. But I think this purpley blue, I think I want to do up here. I'm kind of digging that. It seems like I did the lightest blue first. Yeah. And then I kind of played with building the others, building the blendy part. These are so blendy. I feel like I really want these to be blendy too. I'm so happy I have my big swatch chart. It makes all the difference in the world. Look at those. This I'm kind of really playing with the the blue violets. I kind of love the blue violets, because that's kind of what I got going on here. So I think I want to work on that just a little bit. It just always seems to me like when I blend colors like this, it just elevates everything. Like, because these pieces seem so flat right now, right? But when I start to grow the colors, when I start to give them more depth, holy smokes, it changes everything. It's kind of a game changer. Okay, there's that. Let's see. Let's add a little bit in this one too, because that's going to give some cool depth to this postage stamp vibe. I am mad for postage stamps. You know, you guys already knew that. I like drawing them, I like collecting them, I like using them, I like buying them. This one I left blank, but wait until you see the July art printable. Oh my gosh. That's a big clue. That's a big clue what it's gonna be. It's gonna be fabulous. But I think I want to do washi tape in here, and I really think I want to do this Roy G. Biv one right down the center. Stop it. So cute. Okay, let's see. That is really making me so happy. And that's just enough. Well, let's see. Do a little bit more over here. There we go. That's starting to give me kind of the vibe I was going for. Now I have to decide whether I fill this with color or if I leave it. I'm kind of feeling like I should fill it with color. This, I think I want to do yellow. And I want to start with kind of a bright lemon yellow, and then I'll come in with a warmer yellow. I'll do this in yellow. And then let's do this plus in yellow too. It could be a plus, it could be an X. It depends on how we lay it down, right? So I'm digging that. And then I want to come in with that warmer yellow. So I'm mixing it on my palette. And let's come in. Oh, yes, yes, yes. I want to do the whole circumference. But I'm not going all the way to the edge. I like that by leaving the lightest at the very edge, we're already starting to get that dome kind of vibe. Okay, we got a little bit there. Then we're going to let that dry just a little bit so that we can get the jiggy-jaggy edge. So how about in here, we could do a couple of things. We could do opposite on the color wheel, right? Kind of an orangey yellow. Or we could do like the purple vibe. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? And these two, I think I want to pick two colors that are here, because what I wanted these to be originally was I wanted them to be like paint swatches. I mean, you can make them whatever you want. You can make them little Polaroids or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Whatever you're kind of feeling. But I was thinking, let's do this yellow, and then I really want to come in with orange, and really I want to replicate this color. That's really making me happy. And it's I mean, think about it's my own creation, right? That's the thing about blending your own colors. It's not a particular color. It's your own, right? So for this one, I had yellow and I'm mixing it right on my substrate, right? Yellow and this orange, and then I have a little bit of hot pink in there. So I'm gonna kind of get this all mixed, kind of where I'm vibing it. And then I'm gonna let it sit for a minute, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna add that hot pink to get this. It's this. That's where I'm just, oh, I love it so, so much. Okay, so now let's come back. So in the newsletter, I asked you guys a question. And I asked you guys, the question that was posed was from a interview I had read about. And it was, what could you give a 20, like unrehearsed, what could you give a 20-minute chat? What could you speak about for 20 minutes? I just thought that was the most fascinating. I was like, oh, without like knowing what the topic is, if somebody just said, I want you to speak about something for 20 minutes, what's something that you feel like you could just speak about? I just thought that was good food for thought, you know? All right, let's see. I think I want to mix up something. I want that hot pink. I want to add some depth to this hot pink. So I'm mixing a little bit of violet blue, like a blue violet, and the hot pink. So I'm just getting a deeper shade. Let's come in down the sides, in between these little points. Right? So that's already starting to add, stuck my wrist in it. Darn it. Now I'm gonna come in and try and clean that up right away, right away, right away. Wet brush, just water, and a piece of paper towel, and then let's dab. How much can we get off? Let's try it again. There we go, there we go, there we go. Do that jiggy jaggy, jiggy jaggy. Come in and dab that off. Pretty close, pretty close. If you act fast, you can usually get pretty good removal of the color. So I still have a little bit of orange that's kind of stained the watercolor paper, but I think I can make that work. Dog sport. I love that though, Valerie. I love that. And I know you could. And that's something that lots of people don't know about. So that would be a good subject to speak about, right? All right. I think for this, I want to deepen that purple. I want to add a little bit more purple. The purple right there. See where I can take that. I'm going to do a little bit there, a little bit there, a little bit there. Right? Let's let that sit, and then we will I know, I do love color theory, Tess. I do love color theory. Now I'm thinking, let's add a little bit of this purple to this pink up here. When I worked at Scraps of Love, the item I think I sold the most, well, I sold lots of watercolor paints because these are the watercolor paints they sold at that store, and I used them like mad. But the other thing that I sold lots of are because I use them in class all the time, is a color wheel. And just the cheap $5 color wheel. This is my color wheel from art school. Do you see how faded and gross it is? But I know it. I know it well enough. Yes. Tessa watches so many documentaries. And she tells me about them a lot. So let's see. It seems like I had other things I wanted to talk to you about. How am I doing on time? Ooh, everybody take a drink. We haven't talked about that. I know. Postcards. So I'm going to set this aside to dry so I don't keep picking at it. And I'm going to share all the mail that I got in my mailbox this week. This, I'm telling you, I love this paintbrush. I have many Beam paintbrushes, and yes, they're fab. Okay, here is one that I got. So this postcard has so many cool elements. So she's got some hand lettering, she's got some collage, right? She has this piece that, shut up, is a piece of painted book paper that she's die cut these circles or bubbles or rings, whatever you want to call them. And then she did some blackout poetry at the tippity top. Oh my gosh, I love it. She did some stenciling. Here's some tissue that she cut this green heart out. Oh my gosh, so many things. And cool stamp, purple heart. Her name is Angie. So, gorgeousness, right? Okay, here is one that's bicycles and washi tape. So this appears to be a piece of printed paper in some kind of way. And then washi tape with flamingos. And this is, she's from Minneapolis and has been married to her husband for 57 years. How amazing is that? I love it so much. I love it so much. Those bikes are so painterly and so pretty. This one is from, it says, take life to the maxi. So I'm kind of thinking that this dog may be the maxi, because on the back of this, she's got stamps that say take life to the maxi. Thrive in meatpacking. Interesting. She's from Brooklyn, New York. Maxie gets around. That just makes me think that it's a dog that she drew and then she painted on top of this meatpacking district postcard. Stinking brilliant. Don't you love that? This one, I think the art came off. But I have a lovely note on this side from Carolyn from Tucson, Arizona. This one, look at this. Look at this print. It's just this gorgeous botanical, and look at the, oh my gosh, so beautiful. I hope you enjoy my layered botanical print, gel print. This is my 6th swap. I'm just going to tell you, if you get the chance, if you are even slightly inclined, take part. It's the best. If someone invites you to a postcard exchange, it's so fun. It's like you're so excited to go to your mailbox to see what's what. Okay, this one. So here's the postcard, and these are all postage stamps. Shut up. Look at them. Look at them. I'm telling you right this minute. Gorgeous. And here, look at the 3 postage stamps, the bonus ones on the back that, like, she didn't have to, well, yes, she did. No, it came in this envelope. Anyway, she's a quilter, and she's a newbie to the world of, to the world of altered books, journal making, and collage. Look at that. But wait, inside of this envelope was, oh, there's a little strip of stickers that aren't in here, but then look at this. I got this little vellum envelope, and inside, look at this. All these fabulous postage stamps. Stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. Most of them are canceled. I think maybe they are all canceled, which I always feel like that adds to the coolness factor of old stamps, as if they're canceled. I think this one is the only one that I didn't feel like was canceled. But stop it, seriously. Look at them. I can't wait to use those in my art. And I have one more piece of art one more piece of mail to share with you. And it is from my design team member, Jennifer, who lives in Australia, and she sent all of this. So, and she has the prettiest handwriting, doesn't she? Look at her beautiful handwriting. So I have 2 Australian stamps here that I can use in my art. I have this airmail sticker. Art is a story waiting to be told. Shut up. Love that. And then on the back side, she's got her address, but then she has another artsy sticker that will be making its way into my art. And then look at this, Christmas Island, Australia, and it's Santa on the beach. How cute is that? A watercolor postcard. Totally gonna make something out of that. And then look at all this cool. So she had ordered some paper and put in the group, in our team Facebook group, does anybody want some of this? I'll send it to you with an Australian stamp. Because I told her, people will flip for Australian stamps. So look at this beautiful koi. All of these, oh my gosh, look at them. These cherry blossoms and lanterns. More cherry blossoms. And then all of these little bits and bobs. So I have this gorgeousness, this little Western Union telegram piece. I have a little airmail envelope that I can play with. And then I have a library card, another library card, and this little funky postcard. And then this funny, she wrote me this funny letter that says, "Good day there," and she wrote, "Shut up," because she loves that I say that. "I hope you are having a good day and that something in this mail makes you smile. This will obviously come after it, but I hope you have had a wonderful Mother's Day. Heart, Jen." I love that. I love it, love it, love it. I can't, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The art that is going to be made, I'm telling you right this minute, it's going to be fab. Okay, so where are we? So I'm wondering if we should look for some letters that we can paint to coordinate with these bits. So I gotta take my glasses off so I can see what I'm doing. All right. So I'm thinking I might, some yellow on there, kind of a yellowy orange, I think. These alphabets are so fun and so easy to personalize, right? Okay. Use this green. It's kind of one of my favorites. I like to layer this green with another green. So I'm going to, right here, there, a little bit of green, a little bit of green. There we go. Look how cute that is. So here's what I'm thinking. If you were going to way to make a personalized something for someone, so I could take this piece of art, right, and I can fussy cut this. So I'm going to cut this off so you can kind of see the size. I mean, I'm going to fussy cut the whole thing. So say I'm going to make a card for my sister. So I'm going to, when I fussy cut, I like to fussy cut with a little bit of a white edge, because you never know like what I'm going to be mounting the piece of artwork on, and I like that little, I don't know, there's something about that to me. That I like it to be, I like that little bit of white edge. So I'm going to continue fussy cutting this piece, but I'm already starting to formulate my plan for my card for my sister Teresa. And so I'm going to, right, I'm just slowly just going to take my time fussy cutting this. But as I'm doing this, like when any of us create, right, as you're doing one thing, you're starting to think about another thing. And so remember, on this page, I have all of these little bits and bobs that I can use to build my creative cluster, right? So this is the beginning. So now I'm going to do her initials. So maybe I start out with just the T. So let's start out with some yellow. Right on that beginning of that flower. And I know that I'm going to put orange in the center of that. And I want to use that same green for the leaf. Let's tap that. So that was a little heavy on the... It wasn't too much green, it was too much water. I want it to... I'm kind of working on where I want that to kind of go. Now I have these little posies down here. I'm thinking I want to do those kind of a goldy yellow. My sister's favorite color is yellow. So I'm going to, oops. Pull some of that yellow. And then I'm just going to carefully fill in these little spaces. So you'll notice when you purchase your oh, and I did an orange in the center of that. When you purchase your I think I want to do a little, let's get a little orange mix up over here. Stop it. Love that, love that, love that, love that. And then I think I want to bring in another color over here. What do you think? So we could do, okay, so her last name is Beekler, so I could do another, I could do the B, which is all flowers. So you'll notice that the ones that I am painting, these two are like the prototypes, because you know I cannot waste. But when you purchase yours, you'll see there's like a little bit of added depth to all the pieces. So I'm going to do the centers of all of these flowers. Okay, and now I need to leave that alone. I need to leave it alone, or it's going to turn into something yuck. So I'm going to build up this orange just a little bit. Just a hair. And here's the thing. These alphabets, the possibilities are endless. If you've watched social media over the last couple days, Lauren has created amazing things with these alphabets and the artwork on Flower Emporium and Flower Emporium alphabet. So be sure to watch social media this week because Tessa's going to be flooding this week. Laura, I will start to repost all of Lauren's things. I'm telling you, I surround myself with the best of the best. It's the best, I'm telling you. The thing about us is that all of our talents are different, but our sensibilities are all kind of the same. And so I know them well enough that I can just give them the art, and I just know that they will just run with it. And they do. Every time for me. Every time. And it is more appreciated than you'll ever know. I love that little white edge. I love it so much. Because I'm feeling like I want to do kind of a real painterly background. I'm not exactly sure what just yet. I don't know. I love this. I love like going in between the petals. Because look at the definition that gives. Stop it. So pretty. Did I talk to you about all the things that were on my list to talk to you about? Let's see. Index card a day. So every year, index card a day this is the 15th year. And Tammy Garcia is the fabulous person who organizes it every year. And her Instagram, well, she has a couple different names. She's Gypsy99, and she is, the name of her company is Daisy Yellow. And then, but her real name is Tammy Garcia. And I'm telling you, I love index card a day. I do. It just pushes you artistically. So like I said, she has prompts, and she has a list of prompts that she usually puts out before the week begins, so you can kind of be creating from that or using that as a springboard, a starting point. But then she also has some techniques for you to play with, and so that's super fun too. Like there's like typography and lettering and you name it. So you can do any of those things or none of those things, and then and just do your own thing on your index cards. And like I said, I try to work ahead on my postcards. Like I like the act of creating artsy postcards, but then I also like the act of receiving artsy postcards. So it kind of works out well to do a postcard exchange. You get both experiences, and both of them are so helpful for an artist to see how other people use materials and to use those materials yourself. Like, I don't even know what I'm going to do with those napkins, but I know I'm going to do something with those napkins. I've pulled them out 500 times and done nothing, but I told myself if I admitted it out loud to you guys, then I would have to do something with them. And I like my postcards to be, like, for everyone to be different. Some people do a theme of their postcard art, right? And that's super cool too. Like, it's just, oh my gosh. I love it. I love that everybody does theirs a little differently. And I keep mine in a clip so that I have those for reference for later on. Look, I've already started again. There we go. There's a start. Shut up. Look how cute that would be. Shut up. Look at how cute that would be. Kind of digging that. Anywho, I know we have run over. Big surprise. We do it every time. So be sure to go out and get yourself Flower Emporium alphabet and Flower Emporium. We will be creating with this again on Thursday. And then, like I said, watch my social media. You're going to, oh my gosh, you're going to really want to watch my social media because we've got all kinds of amazingness coming down the pike, as they say. I adore you all. Remember that I will not be in Stitch Along tomorrow, but I will be at Pop In Paint Party on Thursday via Oceanside, California. I adore you all. Thanks so much. Hey, Jody Hart. How are you? Be sure to watch the replay. If you've watched the replay, let me know. I would love to see what you have to say, what you have to, comment. Let me know you were here. I adore you all. Thanks so much, everyone. Talk to you Thursday. Bye.